Hello, BookTube. Hope you folks are doing well. This will be my July wrap-up, August TBR. Cheers, my friends. I'm a little late on this, obviously. What the heck, you know. Certain things in life that take precedence over other things in life. Like BookTube, grateful for all my BookTube friends. Wish I could post more videos, or actually, let me take that back. I wish I had more time to watch other people's videos, because when I first started on here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and you kind of kick yourself when you can't follow through with your promises. And I do still answer everybody's comments. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, but anyway, you know how the world's going, and you know, bless people's hearts. I'm pretty much semi-retired from construction. But when somebody calls me and when they're in their 80s and they can't find somebody else to do something, I'll go regardless of how I feel, and physically now. You know, I'll help anybody if I can. Anyway, let me get away from that. But you know, that's why I can't spend the time that I would love to on BookTube. Anyway, okay, so this is my July wrap-up, as I said previously, and August TBR. So, first of all, let's see. Well, I was in the midst of isolation by my friend Jason White. And everybody knows Jason's reads. I read this for Todd and Dane's indie read along, and man, Jason really, he knocked it out of the park. Exceptional writing, zombies, interspecies, shenanigans, lycanthropy, witches. Y'all know what a lycanthrope is. It's a werewolf. Jason, you got some talent, dude. I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4.5 stars. So, anyone out there looking to support indie authors, or if you just want to read some really good stuff, check this out. You won't be disappointed. And Jason, drink a Labatt for me, my man. Okay. Then I had Mountain Teacher by Ken Slone, and this guy taught in places I've been, obviously, because I live in eastern Kentucky and have spent the majority of my life here. And even though I'm home, this book made me homesick. I mean, we're kind of a subculture. I know how we are portrayed in the media and portrayed in cartoons, and you know, hillbillies, we're all lazy and we're dumb and all this other stuff. That's not the way it is. Man, you know, I've done a bit of traveling and been in other states and stuff, but the people that I have met in eastern Kentucky they're some of the best people that I know. Obviously, you have some people who aren't so nice. I'll leave that in another story, or I probably told you guys about, you know, some of that in previous videos. Anyway, gave this 4 stars. If you want to know what it's like to be a teacher back in here, check this one out. Then Feast of Snakes. I had not read any Harry Crews. It came highly recommended from my friend Chuck. That would be Chuck the Book Dweller. Before this COVID thing occurred, I actually got to meet him, and he's the only booktuber that I've had the opportunity to meet, and he's just a super nice guy. And he's like, oh, Harry Crews, and I was like, I will check Harry Crews out, and I'm glad I did. 4.5 stars on this one. Harry Crews grew up in the South, and again, there's a Southern subculture. It kind of varies. We have our own thing here in Eastern Kentucky, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? The mindset is pretty much the same even when you go into the deep South, because yeah, I've worked in Florida, I lived there, worked in Georgia, lived there, and Southern people are pretty cool for the most part, but they have their own ways and might be a little bit strange to people who aren't familiar with it. But you know, again, thanks Chuck for the recommendation. This is about life in a small southern town, and I could totally identify with that, even though I never grew up in a town. I was always friggin' 20 miles from the nearest town, so I grew up in rural southeastern Kentucky. I'll spit it out in a minute. Yeah, you guys have had a few. It's friggin' gotta be 11 o'clock by now. But the show must go on. There are vivid, honest characters in this, and the writing is, it's open, it's engaging. I can't believe I never heard of this guy. So thank you, Chuck, for the recommendation, and I'll quit gushing over this author, but I'll be reading some more. And then we have When the Game Was Ours. Good Lord, I wish the NBA was like this nowadays. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. You know, the argument goes on about who's the best. You know, and you really can't compare eras, but to me, back when I was, you know, really into the NBA, it was Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. Now listen, I was a Pistons fan. I didn't like neither one of these guys. Did not like them. But the older you get, and whenever people's careers wind down, you really start appreciating that athlete for who they were, what they done for the sport, and what kind of person that, you know, they are. So even though both of these guys played on teams that beat my Detroit Pistons out, you know, although Detroit, they won back-to-back there, 89-90. These guys were just amazing. They despise one another. Well, I don't want to say that they despise one another. But it's odd how, like I said, going back to, just go watch the Courtship of Rivals. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and you'll discover what kind of people these two guys are. Don't want to say I love them, but they're like two of the most likable guys that ever played in the NBA, in my opinion. to me, Jordan will always be number one, and then it's debatable about who is 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. Sorry, but yeah, I read bios by both these guys. Magic's book was called Magic's Touch, I think, and Larry Bird's book was called Drive. But found a little bit more. There's a little bit more insight into the lives of these two superstars, and this one will get to you. I'm not kidding. It's emotional because these two guys are friends, and you just have to read it. I gave it 4.5 stars, and that's, you know, that's the best rating I think I've ever given any book about sports. So I'm gonna check that one out. Then for my August TBR, The Fall of Hyperion by Dan Simmons. I think I told Elena we would read this month, and this is how out of touch I am. Sorry, my friends. So I started in on this one here. And then I have No Disrespect by Sister Souljah. And this came recommended from Denise at Art Books Live. So figured I'd check it out. Hey Denise. Then I have Bay's End by Edward Lorn, and I honestly don't know at this point if Edward E is an independent author or if he's actually being published, but I like his style, and figured I would check this out. But I'm going to go with Todd and Dane's Indie Read Along on this one, so looking forward to it. So that's it, folks. Don't forget to give this video one finger up. I'm sorry. It has been a long day. Cheers, my friends. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving a crap about, you know, my opinion on, you know, books or life in general. So you guys are fantastic. I'm just an old country boy. Thanks for watching. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.